In this video, we're going to discuss Google Docs, a tool that many of you are probably very familiar with. We're going to try and discuss a few features that might be a little less known, as well as some plugins that will be useful for you or may be useful for you. Now, Google Docs is a great tool for, again, allowing learners to establish a plausible narrative. It's great for facilitating collaboration and, again, going beyond the paper pencil test sort of assessment approach. So most of y'all are familiar with Google Docs, I'm sure, but just some recapping. It is linked very closely with Google Drive and integrates with Google Drive and other aspects of Google Drive. So simply clicking on logging in at docs.google.com and you can see the connection to Sheets, Slides, Forms. You can modify your settings and go directly to your Google Drive for various organizational aspects of it. When you log in, you are given your folders that you own initially, but then you can modify that as to folders owned by anyone or not owned by you. And these are organized by when they were last opened. Then there's some other views here you can organize and that sort of thing. So if we click down in the lower right hand corner, we see the plus sign. We can create a new document and click on the drop down arrow there. So we're just going to go Battle of Antietam here. And click it here. This paper addresses what? So now we have our basic file functionality here. So if I wanted to share this, I can share it to individual groups, or I can just get a link. And anyone with I can modify what people have access to. So restricted, only people added can open the link. But I can also allow them to modify the document or not modify the document depending on what I want to do. I can make a copy, I can open it. One thing that's nice too that a lot of people don't really know about here is, let's say I have this worksheet or some document that I want to share. But I want to allow individual learners to edit their own version of it. I can just go up here to where it says edit and I can type copy. And what this does is it allows me to make a copy. Well, that's not really useful for me individually, but what I can do then is just copy this URL and then share it. And then any user, when they click on that link, it will allow them to make a copy of whatever document you want them to make a copy of or you've given them access to. So simply changing the last words or the last word from edit to copy will allow individuals to make their own copies. So they can have an unlimited number of copies and you don't have to go through a big process for that. So that's a nice little tool within Google Docs. Obviously you can download it, email it as an attachment, move it, add a shortcut to Drive, etc. You can publish it to the web. You have your basic edit, view, insert. You can insert images, tables, drawings, the likes, formatting, your basic formatting features, your tools, spelling, all of those things. A couple of add-ons here, but I really like the Zotero add-on. And we talked about Zotero with regards to Word previously. But here it's really nice. I can add a citation. I'm just going to click this one by Dr. Waring, and you see immediately it popped up with that citation. I can then also create an automatic bibliography here, and I can modify the formatting. So this is APA 7th edition, but I can modify that if I want. Then some other tools. You have your basic formatting features here. If I wanted to also add another citation, I could just go in here, click on it, and obviously the formatting here would be a little different. I would move these around, but notice that it automatically updates these in alphabetical order, and so that's a nice little tool for that. Now, when you get over here, you have some editing. You can edit in the document directly. You can also suggest, so you can make suggestions. So maybe here I might say something like, consider more updated reference here. And then what that does is it becomes a simple suggestion, and then one of the other users can either accept that suggestion, and here it's just basic text, so I would probably do that actually as a comment, but I don't want that there. A better way to do that would be to insert a comment and then say include more updated references. And then as people are going through, they can edit, delete it, or they can click and resolve that comment. So that's just some of the basic functionality of Google Docs. As I mentioned, most of y'all have probably had familiarity with it. So hopefully these are some new tools that you found useful.